Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of New Strength Sugar Babes. Today I've got the lovely Sue. She's actually quite close to us in Ipswich, and she's married. She's got two kids. She's 52, which I was like, oh wow, unbelievable. I was just telling her how good her skin must be all liver, how good her skin looks. So, but anyway, I'll stop crapping on. And Sue, can you tell the viewers why did you join the program? So, what were the issues that you were having, and how are they affecting your life?
I've been going to the gym for about the last 10 years, always doing classes, not getting anywhere, living off 1,200 calories a day, probably binge drinking on the weekend, out partying, and then going back to the 1,200 calories each week and not seeing much of a difference. And as time and age noticed getting heavier and heavier and not much changing, shape was sort of changing. So I can't even remember what it was. I was looking on Facebook and it came up about doing weights, and I've always wanted to do it. And I thought, I don't want to go in the back room with the boys, and that sort of put me off. But after watching a couple of your things, I thought, wouldn't mind trying that, seeing how we go, get away from it all. I had a few people bag me for wanting to do something different and not do classes, but I just thought, no, I'll give it a go, and started the Buff Challenge and absolutely loved it. Drove everyone insane being on the computer 24/7 for the first couple of weeks. But yeah, now it's minimal time on the computer, and got the preps down and working well. So, yeah.
And what sort of diets have you tried in the past? You probably, like a lot of the women, you've done everything.
God, yes. You name it. I've done tablets, I've done Duromine drinks, shakes, light and easy, Michelle Bridges, or anything that pretty much come up on telly that was a quick fix. I've done it. The cabbage soup diet, which to this day I'm still not a cabbage person. So as I said, I've never been like massive, but enough to want to lose weight, but I've always gone for the quick fix. Lose a couple of kilos and then shape stays the same, but heavy cardio, lots of cardio, lots of walking. So this has totally changed everything.
Awesome. All right. Well, and now can you tell the viewers, so what results have you seen so far?
Well, since the Buff Challenge, I've been doing this one, so that's 9-10 weeks or something. No, not quite, whatever. About 13 weeks. I've lost just over 3 kilos, but I've lost over about 22 centimetres all over. So notice a big difference in shape where I needed to lose it. So no, that's a big bonus. And bought gym pants the other day, 2 sizes smaller than I normally buy, so that was a big bonus. And fitting into clothes I haven't fit into for years. So all my fat clothes have gone to the back of the wardrobe now. It's great.
And what about, because a lot of women come in with, like digestive issues, hormonal issues, skin issues, sleep, all that sort of stuff. What improvements have you seen in those areas?
Sleep's been excellent. Haven't been getting up through the night as much. Skin has been good. I was telling you before about having psoriasis and that, but since I've had this, I've had no dramas, no flare-ups. Normally I've always been told don't do dairy, don't do certain fruits like pineapple, and I'm eating all of that, and so far everything's been great. My skin feels a lot healthier. It's not as dry as it normally has been. Just everything. Digestion's never really been an issue for me, but everything else was. So I've noticed improvement on all areas, big time.
And you talked about that you were a bit of a binge eater before, like the cutting the calories and then you'd binge, and then do you feel more free now with the food?
It's more to do with once I got on the alcohol on the weekend, then I would just say come Sunday it was the Kentucky Fried Chicken and then the bags of chips and all the crap that you would normally eat on the weekend, and then Monday I'd feel sorry for myself and go, right, that's it, back to 1,200 calories. I mean, now I'm on over 500 calories more than I've ever had and still losing weight, and I still can't comprehend that, but I think it's fantastic. It's working, so I'm not going to knock it. So, yeah. No, I'm loving it. Lovely.
Oh, that's so good. I know, it's just so nice to eat real food and not, feel like trapped by food, which is so good. And some of the concerns that women have when they're thinking about doing the program, and I'm sure you were the same, is one, they think that they don't have time to do this program. Now you've got a business, so that's really, really busy. So what would you say, a lot of women have kids too. What would you say to a woman who doesn't think she's got time to do this program?
It's not, well, it's a case of having to set the time. I didn't realise when I first did BUFF how much was involved. And I'm not going to lie, like the first 3 weeks, I felt like I was back at school and I was studying again, you know, and I'm going, I've got to pass this module and I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and technology. You've got to make the time for yourself. It's not going to change unless you do it. And I mean, mine was after work at night, sitting at the kitchen bench, just plugging away, a bit each day, not enough to, you know, but just keep plugging away. You've got to make the time because, you know, I feel fantastic now. And I mean, I tell everyone what I'm doing and they all look at me like I'm weird, and what I'm eating. And I'm just like, oh, well, it's working for me. And there's a lot of people that are very negative about it and nutrition-wise. And I just think, well, I'm feeling the best I've felt in years. And
it's so interesting that. I think, because it's like, well, what's so bad about, like, we're eating the most nutritious food ever: liver, oysters, dairy, fruits, you know, like.
Still haven't quite done the oyster thing.
You've got to get on the oysters.
I know. I read it all the time, and I'm just, I'm doing everything else. I just.
This is the last thing. The last thing, or at least seafood, some shellfish, maybe some prawns or.
I eat prawns all the time. Prawns are no problem. I make my own pate. That's no problem.
Nice, good
this
work.
This is what everyone's laughing at. They're going, "You're making your own pate," and you'd be surprised what I make now. My freezer's full of all these pre-made meals and
this beautiful food. It's just
it's been amazing. And the air fryer, oh my God, I've got about 5 people have gone and bought an air fryer since I started raving about it.
It's a game changer. Hey, like, we use ours all the time and it just makes the most amazing hot chips. Do you know what, actually? I made this good KFC salt, like a copy of the KFC salt. I'll have to share it on the page.
Yes, please do.
So put it on the air fry chips. It's amazing. But with the back to the time thing, so I think a lot of women, you know, like, I'm glad you touched on that, is initially there will be a lot to learn, but you think you've invested 18 weeks and now you have to spend very little time. Like, you've got the knowledge now, you've got that base understanding. So I think
once you've got a few of the recipes in the system, like I always put them in my Fitness Pal as well. Well meals, you know, and name them. And I'll go, okay, what do I fancy this week? Okay, no, I'll try something different. And I go back to the cookbooks and I look at Facebook and I might think, oh, I want to work with something. And having everyone else on that site putting their ideas up and their different interpretation of what they put in it, it's amazing. So I'll just go, okay, I'm going to try that. I even made the potato chips in the microwave the other day. I was so impressed with that one. Except I did it with the wrong oil, so...
Oh, I saw that. I'm like, I want to try that too. That's incredible.
Time.
Does it actually work?
Just use the air fryer.
Oh, yeah, I know. And I just buy those coconut oil chips, those Boulder Cannon ones, and I have them
I can't get them anywhere.
Oh,
I don't know where you get them.
You'll have to come to Brisbane and stock up, or Gold Coast. What's closer to you?
Well, either or, it doesn't matter. Gold Coast is further away. Where do you get them?
Oh, because I live on the Gold Coast. So I get them from Mrs. Flannery's. They sell them. You know that organic store? Yeah, like find one of them, ring them and ask them, and then just stock up, buy like 20 packets and put them in your cupboard so you don't have to. It's where we worth the drive. It'll be totally worth the drive.
Tell me, I have Googled this stuff everywhere because potato chips is my go-to. There's a glass of wine, potato chips, and now I'm like, I don't even have my potato chips.
Yeah, I know. Now I'll have like a juice with sparkling mineral water and chips, and those chips, and it's good. You don't feel like shit after. But go to Mrs. Flannery's. And the second one is money. So women think, well, is this going to be worth me investing this money into myself? Do you feel you've gotten value for what you've invested in the program? Has it been worth it?
Well, it's cheaper than what I've spent on wine, so yes. I mean, like, I've even got my husband coming to the markets with me on a Saturday, and we get all the fruit and veg from there and the meat and whatnot, because obviously he's doing his training prep and everything as well. And I just find big cook up, everything's done fresh. It's saving me money by going to the markets, something I've never done in my life. I'm enjoying it. As I said, I even enjoy the food prep. My daughter has been eating the meals as well, so you know, her and I are sitting having lovely meals at night while he eats his rice and his mince and beans and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And lastly, they're concerned about doing it online, you know, because obviously, you know, you don't come and see us. All the whole program's delivered online. How have you found the support, the delivery? And if a woman was worried about doing it online, what would you say to that?
Do you know what? After going through, if they can get on the Facebook site and see just how much is involved, even, you know, going on the threads, anything you put up there, if you don't get to us, say it's the weekend, someone on that site gets back to you. Everyone's willing to help everyone else. We're all in the same boat. So everyone will help out. Even simple questions that you think, oh, I'm sure I've read this somewhere, but where is it? Everyone hops on and helps. So, I mean, you just feel like you're part of a big group, you know, like, well, it is a group, but, you know, like a family type thing. There's plenty of support. And as I said, I was feeling a bit anxious about my form or lack of form and moving up trying to do the weights, because I kept thinking, oh, I've got to get that weight, got to get the weight. And I was getting the weight, but my form was shit. So that was my big concern. And then I had the chat with Craig and we went through everything, and it just helped me ground myself, get back to where I wanted to be. And obviously when I go to the gym now, I'm loving it more because I'm taking my time and enjoying it, and I've had help. So I know if I'm stuck, the help's there. So I think it's great. I can't talk enough about it. So, no, it's awesome.
And finally, if a woman was sitting on the fence and she was skeptical, what advice would you give her?
Go for it. What have you got to lose? If you've tried every other diet in the world or every other plan, give yourself a go. Do the 5-week one. Get yourself in the door, and then if they don't keep going from there, then there's something wrong.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I really appreciate it. And if you're a woman and you're watching this and, you're just sick of doing all the dumb diets and you actually want to feel better and eat real food and get strong and get sustainable results, click on the link below and you can submit a short application form, and then you can book in a free call with one of my coaches. There's no obligation to join. We just want to get an understanding of where you're at now and where you want to be, and whether or not our program's actually a good fit for you. So thanks so much, Sue, and I will chat to you in the program.
No worries. Thanks.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.